This is the story of when a creepy man ate my garbage. I'm sitting on the couch playing PS4 when I hear something. Outside the sliding glass door, something moves through the bushes. I get up to go check. As I approach the window, I see something. Oh no. A man is standing in the backyard. He's big. A brownish yellow liquid oozes from his mouth. So, what does one do when zombie Hagrid is just chilling in your backyard? That's easy. I lock the door. He heard me, but he doesn't move. Instead, he reaches into the trash bin and shoves a handful of garbage into his mouth. I'm just standing here, anticipating what this guy might do next. Yeah, I'm not about this right now. This is a job for the boys in blue. I pull out my iPhone and dial 911.
Hello?
Thing is, the call with the police was awkward AF because this wasn't even my house. What? Whose house was it? Well, earlier that day, I got into an argument with my girlfriend, Anastasia. I just don't get why we need to hang out at your place tonight.
Because I always come to you.
Yeah, because there's nothing to do around there.
That's not true. There's the,
It is true. Basically, Anastasia got a pretty sick internship, but it was kind of far, and she didn't want to deal with the daily commute, so she moved into a shared house for the summer. Thing is, she didn't want to spend a ton on rent, so the house wasn't in the best neighborhood. The only things in her area? A mental hospital and a Tim Hortons with the worst customer service. Now you tell me, you want to spend your Friday night there?
that's not the point. It's always about what's convenient for you, and I always get shafted.
You said your roommate has a PS4? Listen, bruh, I've got to choose my battles. Plus, I've been meaning to play that new Spider-Man game, so I figured I'd head there a bit earlier. What's the worst that could happen? But we already know the answer to that. Sir, you are on private property. It doesn't take long for the police to arrive. The officer approaches the big guy with caution, but the big guy seems unfazed. Then, you need to leave, or I'll have to arrest you. The officer pulls out a gun. Put your hands up right now. The big guy is startled. He starts shifting his eyes around while making a whimpering sound. Stop, you'll frighten him. The officer looks back. Someone else is here too. A man in a white coat tries to calm the officer down. Unfortunately. Hell I will. I said put your hands up right now. Then, the big guy lets out a deafening cry and charges at the officer. Before the officer can react, the big guy crashes into him and launches him several meters into the air before he hits the ground. Yeah, he's not getting back up. The big guy hyperventilates, then turns his attention towards the doctor. I'm like, Doc, looks like you're next. But then, the doctor remains calm. He takes a deep breath and smiles. It's okay, Hermes. I won't hurt you. I guess big guy has a name. Hermes is still breathing rapidly. The doctor calmly extends his hands out towards Hermes. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I look over at Hermes. He's calming down. Whatever the doc is doing, it's working. He gives the doctor his hand. Come on, Hermes. Let's go home. Now you best believe I was not about to let this guy leave without giving me an explanation. The doctor and Hermes are walking away. Yo! The doctor looks back. I catch up to them. Were you there this whole time? Oh my. I'm so sorry about all of this. I look at Hermes. He hides behind the doctor. Don't mind him, he's shy. Unless you scare him, of course. I look back at the officer. Still out cold. I see that. Look, I'm gonna need an explanation. I understand. His name is Hermes. He's my patient at the hospital down the street. He must have escaped somehow. Okay, but why was he here? This was the house where he grew up. Poor guy must have wanted to go home. How many times do I have to say, take out the trash?
Hermes, go watch TV.
How do you live like this, in this filth? Hello? Do you not understand English? Can you please not yell? Maybe I wouldn't have to yell if I wasn't the only one in this house with a working brain!
Stop.
Why? Why doesn't he take out the trash or do something to clean up this hole?
Leave him out of this. Stop.
Hermes, take out the trash. Look at me when I speak.
Stop. Please.
Hermes, you fat lard! You think you're better than me? Good. You heard me. I'm sure she'll be okay. It was an accident, okay? Hey, what do you think you're doing? After that, we had to take him in. Look, I feel bad, but it won't happen again. The doctor nods, then leaves with Hermes. What was I supposed to do? You saw what he did to that cop. Plus, I had my own issues to deal with, so I tried to put the whole thing behind me. But then, let's just say life is a funny way of teaching perspective. Around 3 weeks later, I'm on my way to Anastasia's again. She's gone to the cottage with her parents for the weekend, and I agreed to help her water her plants. Plus, this was a good chance to cover some more ground with that Spider-Man game. Thing is, it's a foggy night out, and I'm still a little spooked from the encounter with Hermes. The parking lot is a little bit of a walk from her place, and like I said before, not the best neighborhood. I start making my way towards Anastasia's place when I sense somebody watching me. I get a little paranoid, so I speed up. Then I trip on something. I look down and it's someone's wallet. I pick it up and look around. There! Someone walking up ahead. It's a woman. I check inside the wallet. Yup, also a woman. It's probably hers. I start walking towards her, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting any closer. I start speed walking. Still no luck. I'm confused. I ramp it up to a light jog. Then, just straight up sprint to try and catch up with her.
Stop!
What?
If you come any closer, I'll call the cops.
No, your wallet!
I have pepper spray, and I'm not afraid to use it.
The woman desperately runs away. Hold up. Did she just think that I guess? Like it's dark out and I get it. But she really shouldn't jump to conclusions about people so quickly. I arrive at Anastasia's place and walk up towards the front door. I still get an uneasy feeling. But I shrug it off and head inside. I enter the kitchen and see Anastasia's plant on the table. I walk over to the sink and fill a cup with water. Then head over to water the plant. Honestly, I was still kind of peeved at that lady. I can't believe she thought I was some type of criminal, but it's all good. I had more important things to attend to. I sit on the couch and wait for the PS4 to start up. I'm about to immerse myself in the Spider-Verse when I hear something all too familiar. Could it be? I get up and walk over to the door. I pull out my iPhone flashlight and shine it through the glass. No way. That's definitely him. Hermes in the flesh, staring right back at me. I quickly call the doctor. Hello? Yeah, it's him. Yes, I'm sure. How long? Okay. Sure. I'll keep an eye on him until you get here. I hang up without taking my eye off Hermes, but something's off. He isn't coming closer. In fact, he's not stepping on the grass at all. He's just standing there by the edge of the sidewalk. Against my better judgment, I open the door and step outside. I start walking towards Hermes. Hey, you shouldn't be here. Then, as I get closer, I notice that he's scared. At that moment, I knew that Hermes wasn't a bad guy, just misunderstood. It was clear what I had to do. Do you want to come inside? Hermes doesn't respond, but I remember that he's shy, so I turn around and start leading the way. Come on. Hermes follows. We enter the living room. This was your house, right? Hermes doesn't respond. Instead, I notice that he's just staring at the TV. You want to play? Hermes nods. So I pick up the controller and offer it to him. Here. Hermes takes the controller from me, then sits on the couch. He resumes the Spider-Man game. I realize that Spider-Man's probably his favorite superhero. Everything makes sense now. As Hermes plays the game, he just can't stop smiling. Seeing him happy makes me happy. I don't feel like I'm in danger at all. And I realize that me and him, We aren't so different after all. Eventually, they show up to take him away. He doesn't want to go, obviously, but I have an idea. Wait! The doctor turns around. What if we make a deal? Like, one day out of the month, Hermes can come over and play Spider-Man. The doctor looks up at Hermes. What do you think? I think he'd like that. And just like that, the story of when a creepy man ate my garbage became the story of how I met my good friend Hermes.